गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वम् अरोगिताम् अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। तं सूर्यं जगतां नाथं ज्ञानविज्ञानमोक्षदं महापापहरं देवं तं सूर्यं प्रणमाम्यहम्। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। अस्तु, सो अद्य कारकम्। ओके, कारकं पुस्तके प्रथमपुटे। ओके, गतसप्ताहे वयं किं पठितवन्तः? पदं नाम किं, पदार्थं नाम किं, पदस्य पदार्थस्य मध्ये सम्बन्धं किं, वाक्यं नाम किम् इति पठितवन्तः वयम्। अस्तु, अद्य कारकम्। ओके, कारकपुस्तके एव। सो किं नाम कारकम्? किं नाम कारकम्? So here all of you, did you open to your page Karakam?
नमो नमः महोदय।
Namo Namaha Bhagini.
Namaste Bhagini.
Namaste, namaste.
Namaste Bhagini. This class is about Anvaya Kramana.
Karakam. It is.
Karakam.
It does not. We do not discuss only about Anvaya Kramam, but we also discuss about the relation between Karakas and the Vibhaktis, and in how else we use the Vibhaktis. Like say for example, Karakam means, that is what we are going to discuss right now.
Okay, Bhagini. Okay.
And what Vibhaktis each Karaka takes. And a Vibhakti can also be used even without a Karaka Sambandha. Karaketara Sambandhas also will be there, and we will be using Vibhaktis without the pre-context of a Karaka. So when do we use each Vibhakti? Okay, as a Karaka Vibhakti, how does it come? And without a Karaka Sambandha also, when do we use these Vibhaktis? That is what we will be studying in this Karakam class. Today we will be studying primarily about what is karakam and what are the karakas that we have, and how to identify a karaka. What are the prerequisites for a word to have to be called a particular karaka?
Okay. Bhagini, can you give a gist of what happened in the earlier class last week? Because this is the second class, no, this time?
Did
Am I
you go
correct?
to the recording, Bhagini? We have a recording. I post.
Okay, I will go through. I will go through, Bhagini. Any doubt, I'll come back to you. Okay, Bhagini.
If you have any questions
Namaskaram.
to ask.
I have a question from last week. I just went through the video. You explained about Akanksha, Yogyata, and Sannidhi. Yogyata, very well understood. Can you please explain Akanksha and Sannidhi alone just one more time? Thank you.
Okay. So Akanksha basically is expectancy. When I say pathati, immediately the Akanksha that we get is kaha pathati, kim pathati, putra pathati, kasmat pathati. These are all the Akanksha that we get. So kaha pathati, Ramaha pathati. Kim pathati, pustakam pathati. Kutra pathati, grihe pathati, granthalaye pathati. Kada patati, sayankale patati, prabhate patati. So these are all called the expectancies. When you say a kriya padam, associated with that kriya padam, you get all these expectancies. Say if you say patataha, immediately you know that this kriya padam is in dvivachana. So the expectancy will be kau patataha. Okay, but only with the kartrupadam that changes. All the other words will be the same. So balakau pustakam granthalaye sayankale patitaha. Right? So that is the expectancy. When we say the kriyapadam, that kriyapadam itself will create an expectancy based on how the kriyapadam is structured, whether it is in prathama purusha, uttama purusha, madhyama purusha, ekavachanam va, dvivachanam va. So kartari prayoge asti va, karmani prayoge asti va. So based on this, we have some expectancy, and that is called akanksha. Okay, so that is called akanksha. These are the this is one of the three factors to get the meaning of a sentence. So in a sentence, you have so many words, and you are very new to the language. You don't know the context, say for example. So this method will help you identify the meanings of each of these words, but then you should have the knowledge of vibhakti and karaka. You should have the knowledge of the vibhaktis and the karaka. Okay, only then you will be able to ask these questions, and when you get an answer in return, you will know which word. When I say patati, kaha patati, balakaha patati. So what is balakaha? It is the kartrupadam. Okay, so you need to have the knowledge of the karakas and the vibhaktis, so that you can use these three factors, the akanksha's, yogyata and sannidhi, to understand the meaning of a sentence or a shloka. So this is called khandanvayaha. We are breaking the sentence, and with each word, we are forming a question to get the role of each word in that particular sentence, and through that we are trying to put the words of the sentence, words of the shloka in anvaya. If the shloka, if it is a sentence where all the words are already in prose order, it makes our job a little easy. But otherwise, we need to know where each word goes to get the prose order. Only then we will be able to understand the meaning of the shloka. So that is akanksha. Is that clear now?
Yes, very clear. And what about Sannidhi?
Sannidhi. You all are familiar with the Bhagavad Gita shloka, Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharya Mupasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. So Sannidhi means proximity. So here in a shloka especially, words are all distributed. So you are trying to understand the meaning through the Karaka Sambandha. So here, what is the main Kriya Padam? Abravit. Okay. So using this Khandanvaya, Abravit. So what are the Akanshas that we have? Kaha Abravit, Kam Abravit, okay? Kim Kritva Abravit. All these are the Akanksha based on this sentence. So now here, Drishtva tu Pandavanikam, Vyudham Duryodhanastada, Duryodhanaha Tada, Acharyam Upasangamya, Raja Vachanam Abravit. So here it is clear, Duryodhanaha Abravit. There is only one person who can satisfy. There is only one word which can satisfy the Akanksha for Abravit. Why? Because Abravit, it is in Kartari Prayoga. So the Kartrupadam will be in Prathama Vibhakti. So the word that is in Prathama Vibhakti in this shloka is Duryodhanaha. And Raja. Raja will be the Visheshana to Duryodhanaha. So Duryodhanaha Abravit. So we got the Kartrupadam. Because we have the knowledge of the Karaka and the Vibhakti. That is how we figured out. Say, for example, you don't have any knowledge of this Mahabharata. You don't know who Duryodhana is. You don't know who Acharya is. Nothing. You are trying to analyze this shloka just based on your Vyakarana knowledge. So you know what Karakas are. You know how the Vibhaktis are related to each of the Karaka Sambandha. So from that you identified Duryodhanaha is in Prathama Vibhakti. Abravit is in Kartari Prayoga. So the Kartrupadam will be in Prathama Vibhakti. So Duryodhanaha has to be the Karta in this sentence. And then Kam Abravit, Vachanam Abravit, Pandavanikam Abravit. Now here in a Kartari Prayoga, the Karmapadam should be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. That is what we have learned. So here, what are the words that are in Dvitiya Vibhakti? Vachanam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Pandavanikam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Acharyam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Vyudham is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Now, which of these words will be the Karmapadam to Abravit? Let us check. Pandavanikam Abravit. There is a possibility. Duryodhanaha Pandavanikam Abravit. So, Duryodhana spoke to the army of the Pandavas. That is, Yogyata is there. There is compatibility in this sentence is there. So there is a possibility that Duryodhana can speak, can address the Pandavanikam. So logically it is correct. Vyudham Abravit. Vyudham is an arrangement of the army. So here there is no Yogyata. Though Vyudham is in Dvitiya Vibhakti, it cannot be the Karmapadam. Why? Because Abravit is to speak. Okay, so Vyudham is an arrangement. You cannot speak to an arrangement. So here Yogyata is not there. So we can rule out Vyudham as the Karmapadam for Abravit. Acharyam Abravit. Yes, there is a possibility. Duryodhanaha Acharyam Abravit. Yogyata is there. Okay, and then Vachanam Abravit. Here also there is Yogyata. So we have three words which are in Dvitiya Vibhakti, which have the Yogyata of being the Karmapadam for Abravit. Pandavanikam Abravit, Acharyam Abravit, Vachanam Abravit. So which one should we take among these three? All three have Yogyata. So that is when we apply Sannidhi. Sannidhi is proximity. What is the closest to Abravit? Vachanam. So Vachanam is the word which is in Dvitiya Vibhakti and close to Abravit. The proximity is in the word Vachanam. So we have to understand that Vachanam will be the Karmapadam for the Kriyapadam Abravit. Now let us look at the other words. Pandavanikam Drishtva. So here Drishtva is also a Kriyapadam. Pandavanikam Drishtva we can say. Acharyam Drishtva you can say. Vachanam Drishtva, Yogyata does not happen. One cannot see a Vachanam. So Vachanam does not have Yogyata with the Kriyapadam Drishtva. The words that have Yogyata are Pandavanikam Drishtva, Acharyam Drishtva. So since we have two words which have Yogyata to be the Karmapadam of the Kriyapadam Drishtva, which one do we pick? Sannidhi, which has Sannidhi with that Kriyapadam. Here Pandavanikam has the Sannidhi to Drishtva. It has the proximity. It is close to Drishtva. So we take Pandavanikam Drishtva. Again, Upasangamya. Pandavanikam upasangamya. Upasangamya means approaching. Pandavanikam upasangamya. Acharyam upasangamya. Vachanam upasangamya. Vachanam upasangamya. Yogyata is not there. So Pandavanikam upasangamya. Acharyam upasangamya. Both have yogyata. So which one do we pick here? The one which has the sannidhi. So Acharyam is the word, is the karma padam that has sannidhi with the kriya padam upasangamya. So we pick Acharyam as the karma padam to upasangamya. So that is sannidhi. So most of the times, though in a shloka we keep saying that in Sanskritam, the words can be in any order, but still the poets maintain these three. Okay, that sannidhi is also a primary factor for the Anvaya. So no matter how in the order is not perfect in perfect prose order, but still the sannidhi will be maintained to some extent, so that there is no ambiguity. Otherwise, there can be ambiguity and the analysis will go wrong. The Anvaya can be interpreted incorrectly. So these three factors we can use to do the Khandanvaya, means arranging the words in prose order by doing the Khandanvaya, means word by word we are dissecting, and to understand the relation between these words, and then coming to the prose order, which will give the meaning of the shloka. So here we can say that Raja Duryodhanaha Pandavanikam Drishtva Vyudham Pandavanikam Drishtva. Vyudham is Visheshana to Pandavanikam. The Pandavas army, which is in a certain kind of arrangement. Okay, so Duryodhanaha, Raja Duryodhanaha Vyudham Pandavanikam Drishtva Acharyam Upasangamya Vachanam Abravit. Here between Drishtva and Upasangamya also there is an order. Drishtva is first given in the shloka. So we have to take that first only. After seeing the Pandavanikam, he then approached his Acharya and then spoke the sentence, the Vachanam. Okay. So that so now we can write it in that Anvaya. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Until last week, I was thinking there is no difference between Sannidhi and the Yogyata. Now I understand in a shloka, you have to start with Akanksha, which is expected questions, and then come to Yogyata, which is possibility, and then Sannidhi, which will give you the proximity, and then you come to conclusion. Perfect. Perfectly explained. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello, Mahoday. Namaskara.
Namaskara.
Could you briefly explain Telugu in Telugu, please?
Okay. Okay. So these three, or do you have anything in particular, or you want me to explain these three only?
Sannidhi or Yogyata.
Akash, did you understand? Okay. Okay. Astu. So Yogyata means compatibility.
If you don't mind, explain all the three, ma'am. It's so nice you are doing the way you do.
Okay. So Akanksha is expectancy. Expectancy means, how do you say that in Telugu? I am a Telugu person, but I'm thinking, how do you say that? Let me see. So when we say Atanu, when we say Tinnadu, immediately what will come to your mind? Evaru tinnaru? Evaru? Emi tinnadu? Ekkada tinnadu? Okay, say for example, your son came home. Okay, and he came along with a friend. Okay, offer something for your friend. Atan tinnadu. So when you say tinnadu, means he ate. Okay, immediate akanksha is, oh, what did he eat? Where did he eat? Who ate? Okay, this is called akanksha. That that question that comes to your mind immediately when you hear to a kriya padam. Okay. 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can find an appropriate word for akanksha in Telugu. Okay.
Telugu kuda akankshaనే అనుకుంటాను.
Akanksha Telugu word is also there, but I'm trying to look for a simpler word, which is fine. If when I find, I will post it in the group. So Akanksha. So when we
Akanksha means korika.
Korika
With some interest. You want it more.
Want to know. You want to know. So here
జిజ్ఞాస
అంటే తాత్పర్యం తెలుగు వాక్యంలో రాసినందుకు ఏ ప్రశ్నలు వేయాలి, ఆ రకంగా కూడా ఆకాంక్ష అనేది ఇక్కడ వాడచ్చు.
సో తెలుసుకోవాలి అంటే ఇప్పుడు వచ్చాడు, ఎవరు వచ్చారు, ఎక్కడికి వచ్చాడు, ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చాడు. This is all that you get to your mind when we use one kriya padam. These are all the things that come to your mind. So when you come across, the first way to understand a shloka is identify the kriya padam, and you take that kriya padam, and to get the answers or to identify the words that are in a sentence and what role they are playing or what information they are offering, you ask these questions. సో వచ్చాడు, ఎవరు వచ్చారు, రాముడు వచ్చాడు.
పదానువాదం అనకూడదు, అదేమి పదానువాదం అనకూడదు.
పదానువాదం
అంటే ఏ పదానికి ఆ పదం అనువాదం చేయడం.
అనువాదం will become translation.
Madam, exactly what do you mean to say? We get the thoughts. Then it is alochana.
అంటే when akanksha is the minute you say a kriya padam, the questions come to your mind to know more details about that the complete action.
Alochana vastundi.
So when I say pachati, vandadu, kaha pachati, what did he cook?
Em vandadu.
So that is akanksha. Okay, and not only who, everything. Where did he cook, ekkada vandadu, em vandadu, eppudu vandadu, all these will come under ఎవరి కోసం వండాడు.
తెలుసుకోవాలని కోరిక ఉన్నది అని అనుకుంటే సార్, కోరిక తోటి వేసే క్వశ్చన్స్,
కుతూహలం కూడా,
జిజ్ఞాసతో అడిగే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగచ్చు.
will lead to a different meaning. So let us not use the word కోరిక. It is just తెలుసుకోవాలని, ఆ క్రియ గురించి ఇంకా వివరాలు తెలుసుకోవాలని జిజ్ఞాస. That is called ఆకాంక్ష. And then యోగ్యత. Yogyata is, like I said, in this word, in this shloka, in the Bhagavad Gita shloka, there are so many words. There are 3 kriya padani, and each kriya padam has a karma padam, right? But we have to see how to identify which kriya padam, which karma padam belongs to which kriya padam. Okay, Ramaha griham agatya pustakam pathati. Okay, that is a sentence. Ramaha griham agatya pustakam pathati. So here griham is a karma padam, pustakam is also a karma padam. So can we say that griham is a karma padam to pathati?
No.
Yogyata there. Yogyata nasti atra. Griham padasya pathati kriya padasya yogyata nasti. Between the two, there is no yogyata. That is yogyata. Okay, eligibility. There is no eligibility for this word to be the karma padam of that. Arhata nasti. So arhata, only when there is arhata, we can consider the relation between the two words. Now, sometimes what happens, there can be more than one word which can have yogyata, like how I explained in the Bhagavad Gita shloka. Pandavanikam drishtva duryodhanaha vachanam abravit. Vachanam is a karma padam. Pandavanikam is also a karma padam. Drishtva is a kriya padam. Vachanam drishtva duryodhanaha abravit. Can you say that?
No, we can't.
We can't. Or can we say Pandavanikam drishtva Acharyam upasangamya vachanam abravit. Okay, these are the words. So here Pandavanikam is also a karma padam. Adi kuda karma padame. Acharyam kuda karma padame. Kani ఏది దేనికి సంబంధించిన కర్మ పదము? పాండవానీకం ఉపసంగమ్య అని కూడా అనొచ్చు. పాండవానీకం, ఆర్మీ ఆఫ్ పాండవాస్ హ్యావింగ్ అప్రోచ్డ్ అంటే పాండవుల సైన్యం వద్దకి వెళ్ళి ఆచార్యుడిని చూసి వచనం మాట్లాడాడు అని కూడా అనొచ్చు మనం. ఇట్ మేక్స్ సెన్స్. దెర్ ఇస్ యోగ్యత దేర్. అక్కడ యోగ్యత ఉంది. ఆచార్యం దృష్ట్వా దెర్ ఇస్ యోగ్యత దేర్. అలానే పాండవానీకం ఉపసంగమ్య, హ్యావింగ్ అప్రోచ్డ్ ద పాండవానీకం, దేర్ ఆల్సో వీ హ్యావ్ యోగ్యత. బట్ is that the correct anvaya? Is that what the poet wants to convey? No. What the poet wants to convey is పాండవ సైన్యాన్ని చూసిన తర్వాత ఆచార్యుడి వద్దకి వెళ్ళి ఈ వచనం మాట్లాడాడు. So how do you determine which is the karma padam of drishtva and which is the karma padam of upasangamya? Because both the karma padams have yogyata with both kriya padams. Then we look at sannidhi. Sannidhi ante దగ్గరగా ఉండటం. దృష్ట్వాకి దగ్గరగా ఉన్న కర్మపదం ఏది శ్లోకంలో? పాండవానీకం. అంటే ఒరిజినల్ శ్లోక వెన్ యూ టేక్ ద పాండవానీకం వర్డ్ ఇస్ క్లోజ్ టు దృష్ట్వా. అది దగ్గరగా ఉంది. సన్నిధి అంటే తెలుసు కదా, సాన్నిధ్యం అని అంటాం తెలుగులో కూడా. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాక్సిమిటీ. సో దట్ ఈస్ క్లోజ్ టు దృష్ట్వా. సో పాండవానీకం ఇస్ ద కర్మపదం ఆఫ్ దృష్ట్వా. అదే కర్మపదం అవుతుంది. అట్లానే ఆచార్యం ఉపసంగమ్య, దట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ ఇన్ ద ఒరిజినల్ శ్లోక. సో ఆచార్యం అనే కర్మపదము ఉపసంగమ్య అనే క్రియాపదానికి దగ్గరగా ఉంది కాబట్టి అది దానికి సంబంధించిన కర్మపదం. వచనం అబ్రవీత్, అక్కడ కూడా సన్నిధి ఉంది. సో మనం వచనం అబ్రవీత్ కి కర్మపదం అని తీసుకుంటాం.
అర్థమైంది మహోదయ్. ధన్యవాదాలు.
నమో నమో మహోదయ. తెలుగు Telugu nahi, Telugu I don't understand what you are talking. I don't understand a word of Telugu.
Yes. I understand, Bhagini. Here we have multiple people from speaking multiple languages. Some Telugu speaking people are unable to understand English. So for them I repeated the same.
I hope you explained everything in English and then just talked in Telugu. That is what you wanted to say, ma'am?
Yes. I all explained
same
it in
thing you repeated in Telugu?
Yes. I repeated the same in Telugu.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. I don't miss out anything. So if you have a doubt, you please do ask. Whatever I explain in Telugu is something that I have already explained in English.
Yes, okay, ma'am, if you explain in English, if you explain in Sanskrit, I can understand. So if you have not explained any point which you talked in Telugu in English or Sanskrit,
it will not be there. That is what I mean. It will not be there. Only after explaining in English, and if anybody is unable to understand a particular part of it, they will ask me to repeat in Telugu. Only that I am repeating Telugu.
Okay, no issue, ma'am. No issue.
Thank you, Bhagini. Because we have so many of Telugu people and so many of other language people also. So we have to be mutually cooperative.
No issue, ma'am. I just interrupted because I thought you are explaining something else in Telugu and you explained something else in English. If it is the same, no issue. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
महोदय बहुत अच्छा समझाया आपने.
So any questions in whatever covered in the last class? Anybody else? And another thing I would like to say is when we start the new topic, you please wait. If you have any questions, I will pause after a certain part. After covering a certain part, I will pause for questions. Okay, so don't interrupt in the middle, because when we if you interrupt in the middle, that flow will be gone. So after every section, I will pause and ask if anybody has any questions. So don't worry. And many times what also happens is, initially when I say something, you will have so many questions, but very soon I will be explaining that, and then by then you will understand everything. Still, if you have question, then you can always ask when I pause for questions. Okay, so the first minute you hear something, don't think that I won't be explaining that, and you need not worry about that. Okay, so initially there will be some concepts or technical words that we use, but I will complete explaining and then I will ask if you have any questions. Okay. So only after I ask, do you have any questions? Then also you raise your hand so that there will not be any confusion. If everybody, 2 or 3 people speak at the same time, I cannot understand anyone. So you can use the hand, raising the hand option, so that I will call each one of you. Okay, that way even the recordings, when later on other people, when they listen also, it will be a smooth flow. Okay, so now we shall start Karakam. We are on the book, Karakam book, first page. We completed discussing about Pada, Padartha, the relation between Pada and Padartha, and then about Vakyam also. And Shabda Bodha also we covered in the last class. Whoever have not attended the last class, please listen to the recording. The link to the recordings is also in the description part of the WhatsApp group. So you listen to it, and if you have any questions, please do ask me in the group also. You can ask even outside of class time. Okay, so coming to Karakam. So what is Karakam? Kim nama Karakam? Kriyanvayi Karakam. Kriyayaha Anvayaha. Anvayaha means Sambandha. So that which has a Sambandha with the Kriya is called Karaka. Okay, Kriyanvayi Karakam. Kriyanvayaha asya asti iti Kriyanvayi. So when do we say this Vigraha Vakya, does it sound familiar? Kriyanvayaha asya asti iti Kriyanvayi.
Bahuvrihi.
Bahuvrihi va? Tadhitta va? Sauryam asya asti shauri. Yavan, right? So that is a kind of tadhitanta suffix. Okay. So kriyanvayaha asya asti means that which has anvayam with the kriya, that which has a sambandha with the kriya, that is called kriyanvayi. That is called kriyanvayi. Okay. So karakam nama kim? Kriyanvayi karakam. That which has sambandha with the kriyapadam is called karakam. So a word which has some kind of relation with the kriya, a direct relation with the kriya, is called karakam. Okay. Yaha kriyaya anveti sambandham prapnoti. Anveti means sambandham prapnoti. Yaha kriyaya anveti saha karakam ityuchyate iti palitharthaha. Okay. So that which has a sambandha with the kriya is called karakam. Okay. So now let us, that is the palitarthaha, means the final meaning. What is the meaning of karakam? That which has a sambandha with the kriya. Kriyato sambandham unna padamni manam karakam antam. Pachakaha pachati. Atra pachakaha pakakriyayam anveti. Ataha pachakaha karakam. Tacha prakrite kartrukarakam. So here we say a simple sentence. Pachakaha pachati. Pachakaha is a person who cooks. Here, what is the kriya? Pakakriya. In the pakakriya, he is directly involved. He is the one who is doing that kriya. So he has a direct sambandha with the kriya padam. Pachakaha is, so pachakaha is a karakam. What kind of karakam? Kartrikarakam. It becomes kartrikarakam. Okay. Gam sprishati. Atra gauh sparshana kriyayam anveti. Gam sprishati. Okay. Ataha sa karakam. Tacha prakrite karma karakam. Here gam, okay, is being, how do you say, touched. Sparshati. Okay. When you go to a cow, you offer namaskaram and then you touch it, right? To kind of to apply the turmeric or kumkum or just patting it. Okay, we touch the cow. So gam sparshati. Here, who is doing the sparshana kriya? Somebody. That is not mentioned in the sentence. That is not mentioned in the sentence. But from the sprishati kriyapadam, you know that it is some ekavachana. It can be a purusha or a mahila or anyone. So saha gam sprishati, we can say. But here what we are focusing on is gam. The cow is being touched. Okay, so the cow, the touching, the action of touching, sparsha kriya, where is it happening? On the cow. It is happening on the cow. So here the cow is the place where the action is happening. So this also has a direct sambandha with the kriyapadam. This also is a karaka. So gam is also a karaka. What kind of karaka? Karma karakam. It becomes karma karakam. We'll study about each of these karakams again in very detailed. This is a very brief introduction to each of the karakams. Parashuna chinnatti. Parashu means axe. Chinnatti means cutting. Okay, Parashuna chinnatti. Parashu, ukaranta shabdaha, like guruhu. So Parashuna, in which vibhakti is that?
Tritiya vibhakti.
So Parashuna chinnatti. Here Parashuna is in Tritiya vibhakti. Atra Parashuhu chedana kriyayam anveti. Here in the chedana kriya, the Parashu is also directly involved. How we are using the Parashu to do the chedana. So this is also directly has a sambandha with the chedana kriya. So this also is a karaka. So any word which has a direct sambandha with the kriya is called a karaka. But what kind of karaka is this? Karana karakam. Okay, ataha karakam. Tacha prakrite karana karakam. Okay, so it is karana karakam. Why? Because we are using it as a karanam, as an instrument to do that action. That explanation we'll again do when we are studying each of the karakams. Balaya phalam dadati. Now you try to relate each of these to whatever you have studied about the vibhaktis in your Pravesha or in the Gita Sopanam books. Okay, all of you have already completed the Pravesha Parichaya. And some of you have already completed even Shiksha, and Gita Sopanam also some of you have done. So whatever your background is, you try to correlate this with whatever you have learned, because you have learned all this, but you only don't know the names. This is called Karaka, this is called Karma Karaka, this is called Karana Karaka. Only those names you don't know. So your job now is to just recollect whatever you have learned with respect to each vibhakti and relate to what we are discussing right now. I will also do that, connecting the dots from whatever you have learned before and what we are studying now. But you also try to do that. So here, Parashuna will be the Karana Karakam. Balaya phalam dadati. Atra balaha danakriyayam anveti. Okay, so Balaya phalam dadati. The boy is the one who received the phalam. For the boy, the fruit is given. Okay, so here the
Madam,
Bala.
shall I help you in reading so that your effort to some extent can be reduced?
That is fine.
Shall I read it?
Okay, read.
Parasuna chinatti atra parasuhu chadana kriyayam anveti sambandham prapnoti ataha karakam tatya prakrute karana karakam. That is, whatever is instrument he is using in doing that work, generally our tool, what we call our sadhana, we call it as karana karaka. Balaya phalam dadati. Dadati means dankriya. Atra balaha danakriyayam anveti. Atha balaha karakam. Actually, in danakriya, somebody gives, somebody takes, somebody gives something. So here karta is not there. So who is receiving it is balaka is receiving it. So balaya, this is Chaturthi Bhakti. So he is the Sampradhan Karaka. Chaturthi Bhakti.
One second. Yeah. So in the Dana, the Bala is directly connected to the Dana Kriya.
To Kriya Param. Yes, yes. Bala is directly connected to Kriya Param. Yes, yes.
He is at the receiving end. So he is connected. He also has a sambandha with the Kriyapadam.
Kriyapadam, direct connection to Kriyapadam.
So
Yes,
and
correct.
this karakam is called sampradana.
Sampradana. Okay.
Madam, Anveti meaning?
Anveti means sambandham prapnoti. That he has given about 3 or 4 sentences before. I also was not knowing, then I have seen, then I have applied whenever Anveti is there, sambandham prapnoti. Kriya sambandham prapnoti.
Anveti means sambandham prapnoti.
Next, fifth one, prasadat patati. Atra prasadah patanakriyayam anveti. That is sambandham prapnoti. Atah prasadah karakam. Tatya apadana karakam. Now, generally, apadana karakam, whenever there is a separation between two things, it is also a general standard example for this one is Vrukshat Parnaha Patati. That is generally standard example for the Panchami Bhakti, they will give like that. That is this Apadana Karaka, where separation is there. Originally, the leaf was on the tree, now it is separated. Like that, they will tell.
Ekam 1 minute. So here, the prasadat patati. So here, prasada means palace. Okay, prasadat patati. Prasadaha patanakriyayam anveti. How is the prasada related to the patanakriya? Because that is the starting point of the fall. Balakaha prasadat patati. Say for example, okay, the boy falls off from the palace. So here that is the starting point of the fall. And since the fall is the kriya, that patati is the kriya. In the patanakriya, the palace also has a direct relation. Sambandham asti kriyayaha. Katham, because that is the starting point. See, when you say is falling, when do you say it is falling? There will be a starting point. There will be an ending point. When an object or a person starts from the starting point and reaches the other point like a fall, like a free fall, not going. Going is gamanakriya. There also you will have a starting point and an ending point. But that is going. Okay, but this is falling, free fall. So that is how the prasadaha is connected to the kriyapadam. Okay, because that is the starting point of the patanakriya. That is how it is kriyayam anveti.
Madam, it's better you teach, right? Because it's if you have two people have two different way of teaching,
Yes.
it's going to be.
Yes, Mahoday. So here, so prasadaha, that is how prasadaha, this word also becomes karaka. Okay, and this is called apadana karakam. This is called apadana karakam. Anantaram pithe upavishati. Pithe upavishati. Atra pitham upaveshana kriyayam anveti. Pitham upaveshana. Pithe upavishati. Upavishati is to sit. So when we say upavishati, like how I said akanksha is there. When I say upavishati, kurchunnadu. Ekkada kurchunnadu? Evaru kurchunnaru? So ekkada kurchunnadu. With certain kriya padani, you have akanksha more on certain aspects. The other will become a little secondary. Okay, but certain words might have more priority in the akanksha paddhati than the other. Like say for example patati. Kasmat patati. So when we say fall, he fell. From where did he fall? More than when did he fall? The first akanksha will be from where did he fall or where did he fall to. So similarly, khadati, what did he eat? When you say khadati, what did he eat? That we have akanksha more on that. So depending on the kriya padam, certain words have more priority over the other, but the akanksha is still there for all. Okay, where first priority might be to what did he eat and who ate. But later on, where did he eat? How did he eat? All these also will come. Okay. Similarly, upavishati. Kutra upavishati, where did he sit? Pithe upavishati. So here pitham, with the upaveshana kriya, it has a sambandha. It is where that action is happening, that sitting action is happening. So this also has sambandha, direct sambandha to the Kriyapadam. So this is also a Karakam. Pitham also will become a Karakam, and it is called Adhikarana Karakam. Okay, so this is a very, very brief explanation of each of the Karakas. We have 6 Karakas. Okay, Kartrikarakam, Karmakarakam, Karanakarakam, Sampradhanakarakam, Apadanakarakam, Adhikaranakarakam. These are the 6 Karakas. Now let us look at this sentence. Kartrikarakam kriyayam sakshat anveti. The Kartrikarakam has a direct relation with the Kriya. Anyani karakani tu paramparaya kriyayam anvayam prapnuvanti iti jnayam. So we need to know that the karta is the most important. Without the doer, all other things won't matter, right? So vrikshat parnam patati. Here, what is the kartripadam? Parnam. Parnam patati. That is the patana kriya is happening. 1 second. So the patana kriya is being done by the parnam. So parnam will become the kartrikarakam. Without the parnam, there is no action of patati. From where, to where, at what time, all these come later on. Only when the karta is there, the action happens, and only when the action is happening, the other factors come into play. So that is what is being said here. So kartrikarakam kriyayam sakshat anveti. It has a direct relation to the kriyapadam. All the other follow. All the other karakani follow. Kriyayam anvayam prapnuvanti iti jnayam. Idam parishilyatam. So here there is a diagram. We are on page 2. We have a diagram here. In the middle, we have the word dadati. Okay, dana kriya. Whenever there is dana kriya, to whom or for whom the dana kriya is done, that should be there. Okay, that is compulsory. In other kriya padani, the sampradhana karakam is not mandatory. Okay, guruhu patham pathayati. Tasmai pathayati chatraya pathayati. Okay, there also there is a sampradhanam for the student, for the benefit of the student. It is there. Okay, it is not a dana kriya, but still the kind of sampradhana is there. Okay. So here let us look. To cover all the karakams, here this example is taken. In one sentence, how all the karakas can be used is shown in this sentence. That is why dadati is taken, so that we can also show the sampradhana karakam. Okay, so dadati. Raja, Ayodhyayaha Raja, Ganga Tire, Goshtat, Vipraya, Hastena, Gam dadati. Okay, so dadati. Kaha dadati? Ayodhyayaha Raja dadati. So that will be the kartrikarakam. Kutra dadati? Ganga tire dadati. That will become the adhikarana karakam. Kasmat dadati? From where did he take this cow and gave? Goshtat. Goshtat dadati. Kasmai dadati? Vipraya. For whom did he give? For the Brahmin, Vipraya. Kena dadati hastena. How did he give? Using his hand, he took the cow and gave it to the Brahmin. Kam dadati, gam dadati. And what did he give? He gave the cow. So here, kaha, kam, kena, kasmai, kasmat, kutra dadati. Iti prashnaha kim bhavati? Raja gam hastena vipraya goshtat gangatire dadati iti vakyena samahitaha bhavati. Samahitaha means they all come together to provide a meaning. Okay. Ataha danakriyayam shadapi karakani anvitani bhavanti iti spashtam. So in the danakriya, all the 6 karakas are playing a role, or they have each karaka can be expressed through the danakriya. Karakani anvitani bhavanti iti spashtam. Kasya raja iti prashnaha tu ayodhyayaha raja ityanena samahitaha bhavati. Okay, so here ayodhyayaha raja. Ayodhyayaha Anvayaha Ragni Eva Natu Danakriyayam. So when we say Ayodhyayaha Raja, now every word will have some kind of sambandha to the Kriyapadam in a Vakyam. We should not think like that. Okay? Example here is the word Ayodhyayaha. Dadati. Dadati is the Kriyapadam. Is there a direct connection between Ayodhyayaha and Dadati? Does it have any kind of sambandha to that Kriyapadam? No.
No.
Ayodhyayaha Raja. So Ayodhyayaha, the word Ayodhyayaha has Anvayam with the word Raja. Its Anvayam is with the word Raja. Okay? So it is not with the Kriyapadam. So this is not called a Karakam. Ayodhyayaha. This word is not called a Karakam. Why? Because it does not have any sambandha with the Kriyapadam. Only when a word has a direct sambandha with the Kriyapadam, only then we call it a Karakam. Here the word Ayodhyayaha has a sambandha with the word Raja and not with the Kriyapadam Dadati. So it is not a Karakam. Okay? Ataha Shashti, Shesha Shashti, Karakam na iti Udghoshaha. So here Shashti, it is in Shashti Vibhakti. Okay? And it is not a Karakam. This you have to remember. There will be the relation between the Karaka and the Vibhakti we will soon discuss. But first, just focus on whatever is given here. Okay? So here, what is Shesha Shashti? That is a different sutra given by Panini Maharshi. Why this word is in Shashti Vibhakti? When no other Karaka applies, then Shashti Vibhakti is used. That we'll discuss later in more detail. But since the word is given here and you will be wondering what does this word mean? For that reason, very briefly, I explained. Okay. Shesha Shashti. Shesha means remaining. Whatever is remaining is in Shashti Vibhakti. That is what it means. In detail with examples, we will see when we get there. So, ittancha kriyaya saha karakanam sambandhasya parishilanaya prashnottara rupaha panthaha sugamaha. So, to know which words have a direct relation with the kriya. Kriyaya saha. Karakanam sambandhasya parishilanaya, to observe which words have sambandha with the kriya and which words can qualify as karakams. Prashnottara rupaha panthaha. Panthaha, margam, a way, a procedure. Okay, this way of prashnottara rupam, asking questions and getting an answer for it. Sugamaha is a convenient way to find which words have a sambandha with the kriyapadam. Okay? Yatha. Kaha pachati, kaha pakakriyam nirvartayati, who is performing the action of cooking. Iti utthitayaha akankshayaha upashamanam devadattaha pachati. So when you ask a question, by answering or obtaining an answer to that question will give you upashamanam. Upashamanam means that satisfaction. So when you have a question, only when you get an answer to it, you will come to that position where you are satisfied. So here, kaha pachati, devadattaha pachati. Okay, now you are satisfied. Okay, now I know who cooked. So I can decide whether I want to eat this meal or not. Okay, you have that answer. So upashamanam bhavati. Devadattaha pakakriyam nirvartayati iti vakyena means that vakyam is nothing but uttaram, means samadhanam, means answer to the question kaha pachati. Devadattasya kartuhu pakakriyaya saha sambandhaha yadi na abhavishyat tarhi akankshayaha upashamanamapi na abhavishyat. So say for example, Devadatta is not the karta of that kriya. Then there is no upashamanam. For the question that you asked, you did not get an answer. So there is no upashamanam. Jatancha upashamanam akankshayaha. Ataha kriyaya saha sambandhaha asti iti jnayate. Evam Anyakarakadau api Jnayam. Let us look at this again once more. So, Uttitayaha Akankshayaha. Uttitayaha means that raised the curiosity. Akanksha Prashna. So that question came upon your mind. Okay. So to that question that comes to your mind, which is called Akanksha, Upashamanam. How will you get Upashamanam to the question that arised in your mind? By the answer. So when you say Kaha Pachati, Kaha Pachati, that is the question that you get to your mind. So how do you get Upashamanam to that Akanksha that you have in your mind? Devadattaha Pachati. By the answer that you will get Upashamanam. Okay? Devadattaha Pakakriyam Nirvartayati. Iti Vakyena Upashamanam Bhavati. By getting an answer, you will get Upashamanam. Devadattasya Kartuhu Pakakriyaya Saha Sambandha Yadi na Abhavishyat. If there is no Sambandha between Devadatta and the Pakakriya, Tarhi Akankshayaha Upashamanamapi na Abhavishyat. So then you will not get any answer to your question, to your Akanksha. Then Upashamanam also will not happen. Okay? So, Jatancha Upashamanam Akankshayaha. So the Upashamanam happens only with Akanksha. Ataha Kriyaya Saha Sambandha Asti Iti Jnayate. Evam Anyakarakadau api Jnayam. So you will get Upashamanam only when there is an answer. Right? Only then you will be satisfied. Like I said earlier. Say for example, Pustakam Patati. There, Kaha Patati, if you ask, the answer is not there. So will you be satisfied? Upashamanam bhavati va? Na bhavati. Kevalam kim patati pustakam patati. Tatra eva upashamanam asti. So you only have answer to what is being read, what is being read. Okay, pustakam patati. If I give you only this sentence, pustakam patati. Kaha patati? You have akanksha, but uttaram nasti atra. So upashamanam api na bhavati. So atra kartrakarakam nasti. Ante there is a karta, but the details of that karta is not given there. The details of the karta, Ramaha patati va, Sita patati va, Balakaha patati va, atra upashamanam nasti. Kintu some prathama purusha word based on the kriya padam, you will know that some prathama purusha word can be taken as the kartrupadam. So that is where we use this adhyahritam concept and put saha or whatever. Okay. By default, basing on the kriya padam, we put saha patati, if I say. So kam patati or kim patati, that is not there. So upashamanam for that akanksha does not happen. So for upashamanam to happen with all the karakas, all that information should be there in the sentence. Otherwise, upashamanam does not happen. That is what is the summary of that paragraph. Okay. So let us look at the next section. Any questions in this part?
Madam Narayanan,
Ma'am,
I have one question.
Raise your hand, please, one at a time. So first, Vishwanatha Mahodaya.
Yeah. Do you have an English name for Karakam? English word?
So Karakam is actually Kru Dhatoho Nich Pratyayasya Lyut. Nich Anantaram Lyut. Okay. So it is Karakam, means that which makes it happen.
You know what I mean is an English word, I mean, exact word for it?
Word, how do you say? Case endings are more like...
Anyway, let's not bother. Let's go ahead. Now, for some verbs, there will be one more question. For example, dhavati. Vegena dhavati. Vegena is also a karakam?
That is kriya visheshanam.
That is not karakam.
How that kriya is happening? How that kriya is happening? It is a kriya visheshanam. It will become. It is not a karaka.
Why it is not a karakam? It has also got relationship with the verb,
Correct. That also has a relationship to the kriya padam, but it is not helping the kriya to happen. Say, for example, Ramaha Dhavati. Rama is the one who is performing the action. Okay, so it has a direct relation. Or in this sentence that is given, Raja Dadati. Raja is the one who is actually doing the Dana Kriya. So the Kriya is happening. One of the reasons for the Kriya to happen is Raja. Now Raja can only give when there is something. If the cow is not there, he cannot perform the Dana Kriya. So cow is also a reason for this Kriya to happen. So that is also Karakam. Hastena dadati. Hastam. He used his hand to give, to perform that action. So without the hastam, he cannot give. Of course, there can be other things, but some karanam should be there. Some instrument should be there, which he can use to perform that action.
Okay, Kriya Visheshana is not a Karaka.
That is why these are all called Karakas. Whereas
affecting the verb. Factors affecting the verb.
Yes. So Shigram Dhavati or Shigrena Dhavati is only describing how the Kriya is happening.
Okay, ma'am, let's proceed.
Narayanan Mahodaya?
I'm able to understand, still I'm not getting completely the sentence Karakam Kriyayam Sakshat Anveti Anyani Karakani tu Paramparaya Kriyayam Anvayam Prapnuvanti iti Neyam. See, for example, Raja Gam Dadati in the sentence. Raja Dadati, I'm able to understand that particular sentence. Second sentence, I'm not able to. Anya Karakani tu Paramparaya Kriyayam Anvayam Prapnuvanti. I'm not getting it.
So Paramparaya means as a succession. Means the first, see, without the Karta, other things cannot happen, right? Without Raja, even if there is a cow, who is going to give away that cow? There has to be a person who is actually performing that action. So the Karta will always have a direct Sakshat Anvayam with the Kriya. After that, the other Karakas will follow. After that, the other Karakas will follow. Without the Karta, there is no one to perform that action. Then all the other Karakams, they don't stand a chance. Only when the Karta is there, then the cow will get Karma Karakam, Hastam will get Karana Karakam, the Vipraya will get Sampradana Karakam, Goshtat will get Apadana. Because there is a Karta and he needs all these other things to perform that action. But if the Karta himself is not there, the others, the other Karakas will not happen.
So in order for the Karakam to be, effective in the sense, the Kartru Karakam has to be there. That is must.
Karta has to be there. For any Kriya, Karta is important, right? Without the Karta, there is no Kriya.
Okay. So in the example, you give an example, right? Vikshat Parnam, Patati, right? So Vikshat Patati, Parnam is the, you said Kartru Karaka. So that we assumed or we has to be in the sentence.
No, Parnam is the Karta. Why? Because the action of Patati is done by the Parnam.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But many times we get confused. Why? Because it is a lifeless thing. Parnam is a lifeless thing. So we will be wondering how can it fall by itself? Something else is making it fall. That could be true. Something else might be making it happen. But here in the sentence, Parnam Patati, when you simply say Parnam Patati, Parnam will be the Karta only because that other detail is not given. Who made it fall? That detail is not given in this sentence, so we need not worry about it. Parnam Patati, the action of falling is happening or is being done by the Parnam. So Parnam will be the Karta.
Okay, thanks, madam.
This, this is an acquired knowledge. Karakam is an acquired knowledge. Even the concept of vibhaktis also is an acquired knowledge. What I mean by saying acquired knowledge is like how we say acquired taste. The first time you eat something new that you are not used to, you may not like it. But as you are eating, one day you will really like and enjoy it. Similarly, the concept of karakam and the vibhaktis is also like that. It is acquired knowledge. So the first time it will be confusing. It might go right over your head also. But don't worry. That is how it is supposed to be. If you are able to understand in the very first attempt, very nice, very good. But even if you are not able to understand, that is fine. It will take some getting used to this concept to completely understand. So don't worry if you are not able to completely understand right now itself. Okay, for anybody, I'm saying this for everyone in the group. After constantly, first we have to understand the karakas, and then we have to apply it in the sentences and in the shlokas. Simple sentences we will be able to figure out. But if it is a little complex or we have some extra words, that is when we can really test our knowledge on how to identify the karta, karma, karanam, ivanni. Okay, next Shastri Mahodaya. You have a question?
Karakam is actually Napunsakalingam or Pullingam. Karakam Napunsakalingam.
This is actually it is a lyut pratyayam. So lyut pratyayam words can be in other lingas. We have to. They can be in Pumlinga also, but this particular.
Gai pratyayam maybe in masculine. Then
it is given as only.
Okay, my doubt is this in the Karakam definition, first in the first two lines, 3 lines. Yah kriyaya anjati saha Karakam.
It is Pumlinga only.
Then why saha is used? So it means with a Karakam, the word itself is Pumlinga. Otherwise, he has to use Karakam. But he has to tell.
See, yaha kriyaya anveti saha karakam ityuchyate. So that is called karakam.
Karakam
why saha is used? Karaka is actually a Pumlinga shabda only.
But Karakam, if you think it is a
I understood what you are asking. Why is it given in Napumsakam if it is a Pumlinga word? Or in Dvitiya Vibhakti, if we take it as Dvitiya,
and accordingly, yah kriyaya instead of yah kriyaya, yat kriyaya anveti, tat karakam. Like that it should be there.
Correct. So here, actually, Karaka has, it is given both as Pumlinga and Napumsaka. And it is taken in the sense of Napumsaka in this context, like in the, that which has a relation to the verb. In that sense, it is taken as Napumsaka. Whereas if it is only considered as a factor, like Karaka means that which causes, then that can be taken as masculine also. So Karaka is there in Napumsaka and Pumlinga. It is there in both genders. So here why yaha is taken, we can
Madam, I just think if you make adhyahara as yah sabdaha kriya anveti saha karakam iti uchyate. Yah sabdaha if you make then it will be more
here padam. It is more of a word rather than a shabda. When we say shabda, it is mostly we indicate a pratipadika.
Yes, param. Okay. Yes, padam.
So maybe Mahodaya, to just general, they have used a mixture of both the Pumlinga and the Napumsakam in Karakam. But I can just verify that.
The Karakam has to be Napumsakalinga only, ma'am. We can't say Karakaha.
It is Napumsakam only. What Mahodaya is asking is, in that sentence, why is it given as Kriyaya Anveti Saha Karakam. That is Karakam. Why the Yaha and Saha is used? We can as well use Yat and Tat.
Yat and Tat are general. It can be used like that. In all languages, it's permissible. Like.
हरि ओम् हरि ओम् महोदये अहं वक्तुम् इच्छामि
वदतु भगिनि
क्रियया अन्वेति अत्र सम्बन्धः यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया अन्वेति सः कारकम् इत्युक्ते सम्बन्धः एव कारकम् यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया अन्वेति सः कारकम् इति पदेन उच्यते इत्युक्ते सम्बन्धः एव कारकम्
न भगिनी सम्बन्धः न यः शब्दः क्रियया सम्बन्धं प्राप्नोति
यः शब्दः
और पदं यत् पदं क्रियया सम्बन्धं प्राप्नोति तत् पदमेव कारकम्
पदं कारकम् इति न भवति
सी एकवारं पश्यतु प्रथमवाक्यं क्रियान्वयः अस्य अस्ति इति क्रियान्वयी ओके सो that which has a relation with the kriya tadeva kriyanvayi so that is the padam it is padam only even I thought it is not karakam is the sambandha not the padam but repeatedly if you see karakam wait let me tell you where else we have that anvayah is a sambandha so kriyaya anvayah
saha eva karakam iti
that which has sambandha with the kriya what is it the word so if you look at see here atra pachakah pakakriyayam anveti pachakah the word pachakah pakakriyayam anveti atah pachakah karakam the word pachakah itself is karakam not the sambandha is called karakam the word itself the word which has a sambandha with the kriya is called karakam and that karakam is kartru karakam so that why the yaha and saha is used I will check and let you know mahodaya but what I am thinking personally is just to keep it more generalized they might have given both like even sometimes the comparisons can be made in different lingas like
तर्हि अत्र क्षम्यतां तत्र पाचिका पचति इति भवति चेत्
पाचिका पचति पाचिका will be the karakam kartru karakam so karakam will always be in napumsaka only but the words that can get that kartru karakam or karma karakam the word itself can be in a different gender but the karakam
सम्बन्धः पदय पाचक शब्दस्य पचन क्रियायाः मध्ये यः सम्बन्धः अस्ति सः एव सम्बन्धः कारकम् इति पदेन उच्यते रिलेशनशिप नाम पचनक्रियायां देवदत्तः वा यज्ञदत्तः वा एकः पाचकः भवति खलु कर्तृरूपेण कर्तृत्वं पाचके अस्ति अतः कर्ता इति कारकं तस्य पाचके यत् कर्तृत्वम् अस्ति तदेव कर्तृकारकं तत्र पाचकः वा यज्ञदत्तः वा भवतु देवदत्तः वा भवतु महिला वा भवतु वृद्धः वा भवतु परन्तु तस्मिन् तदेव क्रियापदेन यः सम्बन्धः विद्यते तदेव सम्बन्धः सः एव सम्बन्धः कारकम् इति अपरनाम्ना उच्यते तावदेव सम्बन्धः एव कारकमेव सम्बन्धः इत्युक्ते तत्र रिलेशनशिप् द्वयोर्मध्ये कर्तृकारकं भवति पाचकः कर्ता भवति खलु अतः तत्र पाचकः भवतु यज्ञदत्तः भवतु यः कोऽपि भवतु परन्तु तेन शब्देन क्रियायां कः सम्बन्धः कीदृशः सम्बन्धः अस्ति कर्तृत्वमस्ति तत्र एवं सः कर्तृत्वसम्बन्धः एव कारकम् एवं करणं कर्म एवमेव.
So even I thought the same initially, the sambandha eva karakam asti, kintu etat patitva
तदेव तत्र सः यः किमर्थम् आगतम् इति उक्तवन्तः खलु. सम्बन्धः इति पुंलिङ्गे अस्ति इति कारणेन सम्बन्धः इति कारकं
क्रियया अन्वेति. अत्र यः क्रियया अन्वेति, यः क्रियया सम्बन्धं प्राप्नोति. सो यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया सम्बन्धं प्राप्नोति नास्ति खलु.
यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया अन्वेति.
अन्वेति इत्युक्ते सम्बन्धं प्राप्नोति.
सम्बन्धः यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया अस्ति, यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया अस्ति वर्तते सः एव कारकम्.
यः सम्बन्धः क्रियया अस्ति.
ఇప్పుడు गृहे जनकः पुत्रः पत्नी अन्ये जनाः भवन्ति खलु. गृहयजमानी क्रियापदमिति चिन्तयतु भगिनी महोदये. गृहयजमानी क्रियापदं तस्य जनैः सम्बन्धः भवति खलु. एका जननी भवति, एका भार्या भवति, एकः पुत्रः भवति. सः सम्बन्धः कारकम्. एवं वृद्धा एका भवति, तया सह सम्बन्धः अस्ति. जनकपुत्रसम्बन्धः भवति खलु, जननीपुत्रसम्बन्धः भवति खलु. सः सम्बन्धः कारकम्. पदं न तत्र इति. सम्बन्धः रिलेशन्शिप् तावदेव.
Relationship itself, but karaka is relation. Ante here either the sentence is wrong or we are interpreting it.
No, sentence wrong nasti.
That which has sambandha with the kriya. That is what this sentence means. Yaha kriyaya anveti saha karakam.
Mahoday.
Mahoday.
I understood this as this saha is not the adjective of karakam here.
Nasti. Adjective nasti.
If it is adjective, then only yatta tattva question will come. This saha is something different and the karakam is something different. Maybe in between the words sabda or sambandham, maybe something may be there. This is not the adjective. That is why saha comes like that. Probably we can interpret in that probably.
Mudaya, 1 minute. So when we say saha karakam asti, that is called karakam. When we say it is visheshana only, vidheya visheshana it becomes. So that will definitely be visheshana only. But why they are in different vibhaktis, what I am thinking is, it is given in a very generalized form, yaha saha. It is not very strictly, following since karakam is in napumsakam, it has to be napumsakam. That is not being followed here. That is what I am thinking for now. But let me confirm with somebody, with my professor, and then I'll get back to you. Because I also thought a lot about whether here it is the karakam is indicating the sambandha or not. But whatever I am reading, it is indicating that the word, it appears that it is indicating the word. Initially, even I thought the sambandha is the karakam. But after reading here and in a few other places, I felt that maybe the word itself is called the karakam. So let me just clarify that once.
You are correct, ma'am. It's clearly written here. Ataha pachakaha karakam. What else you want? It's clearly written. The word pachakaha is karakam. There is no doubt.
Can I speak, ma'am?
Yes.
A small thing what I read. See, basically what I read, when this karakam shabda comes in context with this sambandhavachak, then it is always napunsakalingi like mitram. Like what we call as saha mitram, सह is पुल्लिंगम परंतु मित्रम
Yes,
तो सदैव नपुंसके एव. Otherwise कारकः इति पुल्लिंग अथवा कारिका इति स्त्रीलिंगी शब्दाः भवन्ति. लेकिन बट दिस संबंधवाचक जब आता है एट दैट टाइम कारकम इज ऑलवेज नपुंसकलिंग लाइक मित्रम.
Okay, that explains.
This is what I heard somewhere. That's why I said you are a better person to explain. I'm not, but.
But in Kosha, it is given. It is all three: masculine, feminine, and neuter.
That is what I told Madhini, because that is basically kru dhatu plus nuval pratyay.
Numul or lut? I thought it was
nuval.
Yeah,
it is nuval, ma'am.
Sorry,
and
null.
It is null, and when it is with reference to this vibhakti sambandhavachak, then it is always napunsake, or elsewhere it can be used trishu lingeshu.
Okay.
So, ma'am, you think on these lines and then tell us in next class.
Yes, yes. So for now, let us just go with karakam is the word. Okay. That has the sambandha with the kriya, and I will get back to you whether it is the sambandha that is called karaka or the word that is related to the kriya padam is called the karaka. Okay. And if so, then why the vibhakti is not matching? Like Bhagini suggested, mitram is in napumsaka. But when we use mitram, mama mitram agachati, saha khadati, only we will say. Tat khadati we don't say. Because he is a human and we still give that pumlingam. Though mitram itself is a napumsakalinga word, it is representing a human. So we refer to him or her depending on whether the mitram is a boy or a girl. We refer to them later on in the following sentences with either saha or sa. So we'll get back on that. Okay, but very good question, which by Shastri Mahodaya. So we definitely shall clarify that. Okay. Anantaram? Dhatvartha.
This karakam, when somebody is asking in English, maybe case or factor, something maybe there. Case is, this case is taken, then sashti vibhakti also, there is a case. Genitive case is sashti vibhakti.
What I'm saying, case means vibhakti. So this has to be like a factor.
Factor
that make the kriya happen.
Okay, dhanyavadam.
The word syntax is used. Syntax, syntax.
The word syntax is used. Syntax is different. Syntax is more like the spellings, or the.
In some books, this is word used in place of karakam.
That I don't know. Normally, syntax means just the the way the word appears. It does not have any inner meaning, like the relation. It does not indicate the relation. Semantics maybe can indicate the relation, but syntax usually does not. Okay. Any other questions in this first part? Okay. So let us move on.
Ma'am, I want to ask one thing.
Just now the other person said that Vegena, it's a Tritiya Vibhakti, but still it's not a, you said it's not a Karakam.
Which
so
one?
If the Vegena is Kriya Visheshanam.
Yes.
So any word that is in Tritiya Vibhakti need not be a Karakam.
Need not be.
Okay?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And one more thing I want to ask you. Karakaha is a kru, yoga nicha, yoga luta pratyay. You said what you said. Lut.
Null, actually. I saw lut also somewhere, but null also is there.
Ma'am, Ma'am, this Bhagini has shared something about Karaka. See, here also it is written, this is Karaka, Karika, Karakam. That is masculine, neuter and strilingi. Where ma'am, that lut pratyay comes when it is in Trishu Lingeshu, and downwards it is written neuter. That is klibe, action, especially in grammar. Grammar के action में whenever it is used this word, that is kuru plus nul, and that is always in napunsakalinga. This is what I heard somewhere, ma'am. But and this portion at least this is telling something, some same thing.
Yeah. So let us come back to this next class, because then I will also have discussed with a few people, because we'll be going back and forth right now. Okay, let us come back to it in the next class. We'll consider all the inputs that we got today, and then also take suggestions from scholarly people, and then we'll decide. Okay. So dhatvarthaha. Here dhatuhu, it is given phalam and vyaparaha. Okay. So phala vyaparayoho dhatvartaha. So a dhatu has a dhatu, dhatvartaha, dhatoho artaha has both phalam and vyaparaha in it. So what is phalam and what is vyaparaha? Phalam is that which you obtain by performing that kriya. Whatever kriya that dhatu is implying. A dhatu is for the kriya, right? It is the, without the suffix, the kriya padam is called dhatu. Once you attach the suffix, then we call it a kriya padam. Whether it is lakaras or kridantas, the forms will change depending on which suffix you add. But a dhatu is the mula dhatu. Okay, so and it has an artha. Every dhatu has a meaning. So if you are doing that action, like pat dhatoho, arthaha kim, to read, to read or to learn, right? So with that, what will be the phalam? Ramaha pustakam pathati. When I say Ramaha pustakam pathati, so the Rama is doing this action of pathati to understand something or to read aloud something. That is the phalam that he is desiring out of that action. That is called the phalam, the final phalam that the karta desires to get out of that action. And vyaparaha. And what is the vyaparaha? The actual action. It indicates several steps. So when we say Ramaha pustakam pathati, first Rama has to take a book, open it, look at it, understand, and then how to read it, and then read it. Okay, so finally, after doing all these steps of actions, then the phalam is attained. He will be able to read something and understand what is given there. Okay, so that is called the vyaparaha. Vyaparaha is actually what is being done by the karta. And the phalam is what he desires to obtain through that action. That is called phalam. So pachati ityadau tinante prakritihi pach dhatuhu pratyayascha tin pakwan pachan ityadau kridantepi prakritihi pratyayascha bhavataha. So here we have in the kriya padani we have tinantas and kridantas. So pachati is a tinanta and pakwan, pachan, these are all kridantas. Okay. Tatrapi prakritihi dhatuhu pratyayascha krit. Okay. So in the previous word pachati, prakritihi is pach dhatu, pratyaya is tin pratyaya. In pakwan, prakritihi is again pach dhatuhu and pratyaya is krit pratyaya. Okay. Evancha dhatoho dvaye pratyayaha tin krit. Tatra dhatoho arthaha nirupyate. Tathahi dhatuhu phalam vyaparam cha bodhayati. So here they are going to show how to understand the dhatu. Dhatoho arthaha nirupyate. So dhatuhu phalam vyaparam cha bodhayati. It will explain the phalam and the vyaparam. How pachati ityatra pach dhatuhu asti. Saha pach dhatuhu viklitti rupam phalam tad anukula vyaparancha bodhayati. So viklitti rupam phalam means viklitti, mrudu vishadatvam. So by cooking, what happens? That which is hard will soften. So viklitti rupam means that softened rupam. So when you are cooking something, after it is completely cooked, we say that it is cooked. How do you say that it is cooked? By seeing if it is softened. If it is completely softened, then we say that it is cooked. So obtaining that soft form is the phalam. If it is not completely cooked, if the rice is not completely softened, if it is only half cooked, do you say it is cooked? We don't, because the phalam is not obtained. When do we say the phalam is obtained? When it is completely softened, because that is the phalam of the pach dhatu. So mrudu vishadatvam. Tanduladau jayamanaha vikaraha iti yavat. Tandulam means rice, uncooked rice. Tanduladau jayamanaha vikaraha. Vikaraha is change. The change that is obtained by rice, uncooked rice. After the pachanam is done, it will soften completely. That is the change that is being indicated as the phalam here. Tad anukula vyaparancha. So the phalam, which is being softened, that is the phalam. And then tad anukula vyaparancha. To obtain that phalam, what vyapara is done? What steps are done? That it will explain. Evancha pach dhatoho arthaha viklitya anukula vyaparaha iti. Okay. So how do you, each dhatu artha can be explained like this. Pach dhatoho arthaha viklitya anukula vyaparaha iti. Similarly for gachati, atra gam dhatuhu sanyoga rupam phalam tad anukula vyaparancha bodhayati. So gachati means you are purva desha, what do you say that? Viyogam and anya desha sanyogam. That indicates gachati. Gachati means you are leaving one place and going to some other place. Then you say aham patashalam gachami. When do I say aham patashalam gachami? I left some place, either my house or the library or office, something. And patashalam, when I reach patashala, then I say aham patashalam gachami. Okay. So sanyoga rupam. Gam dhatuhu arthaha kim sanyoga rupam phalam tad anukula vyaparancha. To obtain that phalam, whatever vyapara you are doing. So what do? You get up from where you are, you take a vehicle or you use your feet to reach that other place. That is the vyapara. Ataha gam dhatoho arthaha sanyoganukula vyaparaha iti. Okay, because you are reaching a place. So sanyogam is happening there with that other place. So sanyoganukula vyaparaha. Vardhate. Atra vriddh dhatuhu vardhana rupam phalam tadanukula vyaparancha bodhayati. So vardhana rupam phalam. So when do you say sasyam vardhate? When some kind of growth has happened, then you say vardhate. Right? That is the phalam. Any kind of growth should be there. So ataha vriddh dhatoho arthaha vardhananukula vyaparaha iti. Okay, so that vyapara which facilitates that vardhanam, vardhanukula vyaparaha iti. Ittham cha sarve dhatavaha phalam vyaparancha ityarthadvayam bodhayanti iti gneyam. So with every dhatu, we have a phalam and a vyaparam. That dhatu explains or is understood by the meaning of that dhatu. Okay. That is with the dhatvartaha. It contains two parts. One is the phalam and the other one is the vyaparam. Yes, Narayanan Mahodaya.
The dhatu rupa you said pratyaya plus ting pratyaya or kritpati. Is it can be both? It can be both or it could be one?
One at a time. One at a time. When it is a tinanta, it will be a lakara. When it is a kridanta, it will be all the other forms like tvanta, lyabanta, tumunnanta, shatranta, tavyadanta. All those come under kridantas.
Okay. Okay.
Dhatu can have either a tin pratyaya or a krit pratyaya.
Okay.
And in both cases, it will convey the phalam and the vyapara.
Vyapara. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Anantaram tinarthaha. Any questions in this part? In the dhatvarthaha? Okay. So here let us look at the tinarthaha. So ti or te, it will indicate. So when a dhatu has a tinanta, it either ends in ti when it is a parasmaipadi dhatu, and it ends in te when it is atmanepadi, or even when it is in karmani prayoga, karmani or bhave prayoga. Okay. So karakam, it indicates the karakam, the bhavaha, kalaha, sankhyacha. Let us look what each of these are. Pachati ityadau tin pratyayah shruyate. Okay, so here pachati. When I say pachati, tin pratyayam asti. Tin pratyayasya karakam bhavaha. Karakam or bhavaha, kalaha, sankhya cha arthaha. So when I say pachati, what karakam is it exhibiting? Kartrikarakam. Right? When I say pachati, the kartrikarakam, the kartari prayoga, the karta is being indicated. Okay? Kalaha. Vartamana kalam va, bhuta kalam va. Pachati is in vartamana kalam. Sankhya, it is in ekavachanam. So these three things are being indicated by the ti. Yatha pachati or pachate. Ityatra ti te pratyayah kartrikarakam vartamana kalam ekatva sankhyam cha bodhayati. Pachyate ityatra tu te iti pratyayah karmakarakam vartamana kalam ekatva sankhyam cha bodhayati. Pachyate. Okay, pachyate. Ramena pachyate. Odanam pachyate. So here it is indicating the karmakarakam. So karmani prayoga. That is only called karmani prayoga because there the karmakarakam is becoming abhihitam. The karma is becoming abhihitam. So karmakarakam we say. That is why that prayoga is called karmani prayoga. Vartamana kalam ekatva sankhyancha bodhayati. Evancha tin pratyayah kartrikarakam karmakarakam va bodhayati na anyani karakani iti gneyam. Okay, so with the tin pratyaya, kartrikarakam or karmakarakam are given. The other karakani are not completely given by this tin pratyaya. That is what is given here. Okay, let us just read and understand. Bhuyate ityadau te iti pratyayah bhavam kalancha bodhayati. Ataha eva prayogaha tridha kartari karmani bhavecha. So bhavam means the dhatvarthaha basically. Okay, bhavam, whenever you see the word bhavam, what it indicates is just kevalam the dhatvarthaha. Whereas kartrikarakam indicates the karta and karmakarakam indicates the karma, whereas dhatvartha or bhavam indicates the dhatvartha. More emphasis is on the dhatu and what it indicates. Then it is called bhave prayoga or bhavam. Bhuyate. Bhuyate means what? It is happening. That is what is being said. It is not talking about karta. It is not talking about karma. Happening. That is, the priority is more there. Of course, the karma will come or the karta will come. In bhave prayoga, karma will not be there. Karta will be there. But emphasis is not the karta. Bhuyate. It will happen. So here the dhatvartha is more. Okay. Hasyate. Hasyate. So that laughing, the emphasis is on the dhatvartha more than anything. Kena hasyate, that kena will come later on, but emphasis is more on the action. Whichever action that dhatu is indicating, the emphasis is on that. That is why we call that bhave prayoga. Okay. So prayogaha tridha, kartari, karmani, bhave. Athava कर्तृवाच्यः, कर्मवाच्यः, भाववाच्यः च इति त्रिधा. एषः फलितार्थः. So basically, these are the three kinds that we get from the tin pratyaya. Tin pratyaya can indicate kartrikarakam, karmakarakam, or bhavam. Okay. So how do we understand when a tin pratyaya conveys kartrikarakam? Pachakaha odanam pachati or pachate. Parasmaipadi pachati, atmanepadi pachate. Okay, so here pach is the dhatu, ti or te is the suffix. So here phalam. So pach dhatu indicates, gives us the phalam or vyapara, like how we have seen in the previous section dhatvartaha. A dhatu always gives you the phalam and vyaparam. Cha bodhayati. The ti or te gives you the karta, kalaha, sankhya. Because ti is in kartari prayoga, karta is given. Kalaha and sankhya. Whereas pachyate, pachakena tandulaha pachyate. If you take pachyate, here pach is the dhatu, we have yakara and then te. Without the yakara, if te is there, then it is atmanepadi form. But here we have yakara and then te. So it indicates karma. So karmakarakam. Kalaha sankhya samanameva. Phalam and vyaparaha by the dhatu is also samanam. So here the pachyate form, this kind of the tin suffix, tin pratyayam, will give you the karmakarakam. In pachati, the tin pratyayam is giving you the kartrikarakam. Ramena bhuyate. Here the bhuyate is giving you the bhava. So it is bhave prayoga. The dhatu always gives the phalam and vyapara only, but the tin pratyaya can indicate whether it is kartrikarakam or karmakarakam or bhavam. Okay, so that is the tin artha. The tin pratyayasya arthaha trividha. Okay, so did you understand that? Any questions, Narayanan Mahodaya?
So in the Kartrikaraka, there is two forms, you said ti and te, right? But Karmakaraka, you said te. So the te can come in both example, right? How?
Atmanepadi. We have studied that in Karmani Prayoga, even the Parasmaipadi dhatu will take Atmanepadi form. The dhatu is still Parasmaipadi, but the forms will take Atmanepadi forms once they change into Karmani Prayoga. So Pathati will become Pathyate in Karmani Prayoga. Ramena Pathyate. Ramena Pustakam Pathyate. Sitaya Gita Pathyate.
Okay. Okay. But the second example, right? Pachakena Tandulaha Pachyate, you said, right? That Karmani is the Pradhana. I'm not getting that portion. What is? How does Karmani getting Pradhana mean?
Yes. So you don't speak Telugu at all, right?
No.
Okay. So when I say is cooking, you will immediately ask who is cooking. Has been cooked. When I say has been cooked, what has been cooked?
Rice.
But you are not saying by whom it has been cooked. You are asking what has been cooked. So there what indicates the karma. Whereas is cooking, who is cooking? There it is, the akanksha is more for the karta.
Okay.
When we say pachati, kaha pachati? The akanksha first comes to the kaha. Whereas pachyate has been cooked. What has been cooked? Immediately the first akanksha comes to the karma. So that is why we say that here the karma is being abhihitam. It is being expressed. Abhihitam means being expressed. So that also is very important. Abhihitam word is very important. That also is acquired knowledge. So the more you listen to the words, slowly it will sink to you all. I'm telling this to all. So abhihitam means that which is being indicated. Pachati. Kaha pachati? Here the karta is abhihitam. Whereas pachyate. Odanaha pachyate. Here the karma is being abhihitam. Means just by that kriya padam, what is being indicated is that is called abhihitam. So here the karta is being indicated. So we say karta abhihitam. Pachyate. Okay. Here the karma is being indicated. The emphasis is more on the akanksha is more towards the karma. Just because the way you framed the word.
Okay. Got it. So this kind of usage, is any rules that we need to use in this situation? We should use kartrupada, karmani in this, karta.
Yes, yes, of course. In kartari prayoga, the kriya padam always follows the kartrupadam. So saha pachati, saha patati, saha pustakani patati. Here pustakani is in bahuvachana, but it won't affect the kriya padam. Saha patati, saha pustakani patati. Te pustakam pathanti. Te is in bahuvachana, so pathanti also will be in bahuvachana.
No, my question is not that, madam. What I'm asking is, what is the situation you should use kartru, sentence?
When
and what
to use
situation?
kartari and when to use karmani?
Right.
That totally depends on the speaker. If he wants to put that sentence in kartari prayoga, he will put it in kartari prayoga. Otherwise, he'll put it in karmani prayoga. But again, if the emphasis is more on the karma, if you want to highlight the karma there, the karta is not really that important. Then also you can put the sentences in karmani prayoga.
Okay. Thanks.
So if you want to say all the Gita shlokas have been written, it doesn't matter who have written. Okay. The emphasis is whether the Gita shlokas have been written or not. Gita shlokaha likhyante. So there you can use karmani prayoga because it is more on the karma rather than on the karma. But there is no rule that you have to use only karmani prayoga for that. But you can use it to just show your emphasis. Ultimately, it is the choice of the speaker which one to use.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Anantaram Pushpa Bhagini. You have a question? Pushpa Bhagini, you have a question? I can't hear you. I don't know if you are speaking, but I can't hear you. Okay. Okay. So let us move on to.
I have one basic question.
Yes, Mahodaya.
See, what we learned about Karakam here, using the various questions, kaha, kam, kena, kasme, kasmati, kutra, is exactly what we learned about vibhakti also. Why there is a separate name here? What is the difference between them?
That is exactly what we are going to study in this class. In the Karakam class, what is the difference between a Karakam and what is the difference between a Vibhakti? And how they are related, how the Karakam and the Vibhakti are related. When you say Karma Karakam, you know that from your previous studies, you know that a Karma will be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Right? A Karma Padam will always be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. That is what we were taught in the Pravesha book.
Correct.
But why does a Karma Padam take Dvitiya Vibhakti? And that too in the Kartari Prayoga only, the Karma Padam takes Dvitiya Vibhakti. In Karmani Prayoga, it takes Prathama Vibhakti. So why in Kartari Prayoga it takes Dvitiya Vibhakti? Why in Karmani Prayoga it takes Prathama Vibhakti? All this we will study. That is the main purpose of this class. Karakam is different, Vibhakti is different. But they are also related. Each Karakam has a specific Vibhakti associated with it. But there are other special cases where it can take another Vibhakti also, depending on the situation. So,
okay, we will learn it later. Okay.
We will learn. Once we understand the Karaka, what the Karaka is, when do we say Karta Karakam, Kartru Karakam, when do we call a Padam as a Kartru Karakam, when do we call a word as a Karma Karakam? Once we understand all the 6 Karakams, then we come to the Vibhaktis and how each Karakam takes a particular vibhakti as per Paniniya Sutrani.
Okay.
So Pushpa Bhagini. Pushpa Bhagini, I still can't hear you. Can you send me a message later? Please do send me a message later in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So, so here we have seen this. Now let us come to the Karakani. So here earlier we have seen some examples of how a Kartrukarakam will be in a sentence. Pachakaha pachati. Here Pachakaha is Kartrukarakam. Gam sprishati. So Gam is the Karmakarakam. So these are the sentences we have seen. Now let us see each Karakam in detail. So here we are on page 4 of the book. Kriyanvayi Karakam ityuktam. Tacha Karakam shodha. Tathahi karta karma cha karanam. Sampradanam tathaiva cha. Apadanadhikaranam ityahuhu karakani shat. Okay. So we have a shloka on all the Karakam names. Karta karma cha karanam. Sampradanam tathaiva cha. Apadanadhikaranam ityahuhu karakani shat. Okay, so we have 6 karakas. Karta, karma, karanam, sampradanam, apadanam, adhikaranam. Now karta. Swatantraha karta. This is the Paniniya Sutra. Okay, it is in the first adhyaya, 4th pada, 54th shloka. Swatantraha karta. Kriyayam swatantriyena vivakshitaha arthaha karta syat. Iti sutrarthaha. What does this sutra mean? Kriyayam swatantriyena vivakshitaha arthaha karta syat. Okay. So kriyayam swatantriyena vivakshitaha. So vivakshitaha, here each word has a meaning. Swatantriyena means without having any dependency. Without having any dependency with anything. Without having dependency on anything, that which can perform the kriya is karta. Okay. So here swatantriya. Swatantriyam ityukte pradhanyam. Okay, Mahabhashyam. Mahabhashyam has been written by Patanjali on the Panini's Ashtadhyayi. There, Swatantriyam is defined as Pradhanyam. Okay, so whatever, and then Vivaksham, Vivakshitaha is there, no? Swatantriyena Vivakshitaha Arthaha. So, Vivakshitaha means Vaktum Ichuhu, right? It is a Sannanta. So, that which is spoken, or that which the speaker likes to state as the karta, that will become not only karta. For any karakam, whatever, however the speaker wants to express it as which karakam. Karakam depends on the vivaksha of the speaker. That is what it means. Okay, so whatever the speaker chooses as the independent principal and absolute source of action is called karta. So say, for example, you might think, what is this vivaksha? So whatever the speaker chooses to project something as a karta. Say, for example, Devadattaha pachati or Pachakaha pachati. Here, Pachakaha or Devadattaha or Ramaha, whoever that is cooking will become the karta, pachati. He can also say, the speaker can also say, sthali pachati. Sthali means a vessel. Okay, it can be taken as a plate, or in this context, we can consider it as a vessel. Sthali pachati. Now, sometimes, so here the speaker's intention is to say that sthali is the karta. Why? How can a sthali be a karta? It is only a vessel. But he is projecting this word as the karta. Why? Sometimes you say, no, you have a very good vessel. It is so good that the cooking automatically happens with much ease. Then there will be other vessels where no matter what you do, the cooking doesn't come out very well. So in such a case, you want to emphasize on the fact that that vessel is so useful in this cooking, and that as though it happened by itself. So the sthali itself has cooked. So here when you want to show such an emphasis, you use that sthali pachati. Agnihi pachati. Sometimes the fire, when you are cooking, not on the gas stove, but if you are using kashtakam and all the old kind of cooking, where, the fire itself has cooked. Sometimes the fire doesn't come out well. So the cooking takes forever. The vessel is not cooperating, fire is not cooperating. Can the pachakaha do the cooking? It is not his capability there. It is the capability of the vessel and the agni and other factors. So when the speaker wants to emphasize on which factor helped him the most in cooking, okay, here when I say factor, a different sense also applies, but here the main thing which helped with that action of cooking. To indicate that, he can also say sthali pachati, agnihi pachati, like that. Okay, so here vivakshitaha has that meaning. So vivakshitaha vaktum ichchati. Okay, so whatever the speaker wants to express, that is what he is expressing. If he wants to express pachakaha as karta, pachakaha will be the karta. Pachaha pachati. Sthali pachati. Agnihi pachati. Depending on how he wants to express. Okay, so that is what it means. Vivakshitaha. Kriyayam swatantriyena vivakshitaha artaha. That which wants to be expressed as an independent agent is called karta. Swatantriyam nama vyaparashrayatvam. This also is very important. So swatantriyam nama vyaparashrayatvam. So we studied that the dhatu has two meanings. One is the phalam and the other one is the vyaparam. What is the vyaparam here in pach dhatu? Cooking. Now this vyapara is done by whom? Pachakaha. Right? That vyapara ashrayam pachakaha. Ashrayam means adharam. So this action, what is the adhara for this action? The karta, pachakaha. Because that performance of that action exists in the pachakaha. So pachakaha will become karta. So swatantriyam nama vyaparashrayatvam. That which has the ashrayam, that which provides the ashrayam for this vyapara, for this ability to do this kriya. That is called swatantriyam. Evancha vyaparashrayah karta iti phalitarthaha. So what is the final meaning of this swatantraha karta? Vyaparashrayah means that which provides the adhara or ashrayam for this vyapara. This vyapara exists in who? Who is doing all this action? Pachakaha. So that ashrayam is pachakaha for this pach dhatoho vyapara to happen. So that is karta. That is how you define karta. That is how you identify a karta in a sentence. So is this vyapara of this dhatu, where does it exist among all the words? That will become the karta of that kriyapadam. Okay. So here in Mahabhashyam, Swatantriyam ityukte pradhanyam. And vivakshitaha means based on the vivaksha of the speaker, karakani bhavanti. Whatever he chooses to express, how he wants to express, based on that only the karakani will be. Otherwise, because what you want to emphasize on is the intention of the speaker. Accordingly, only the karakani we have to take. Like how I said, sthali. Sthali actually is adhikaranam, right? In the sthali you cook. So that is actually the adhikarana. But here the speaker wants to show that as the karta. So the vivakshita is always on the speaker, and based on that only we have to take the karakani. You cannot say sthali pachati, oh, sthali is adhikaranam. It cannot be karta. We cannot say that. It has already been decided by the speaker that sthali is karta karakam. So we have to take it as kartru karakam only. Okay. That also we have to remember. The intention of the speaker is always important. Anantaram. So upatta means regarded as. Dhatupatta kriye. Dhatupatta kriye nityam karake karta ishyate. Kartruta ishyate. So that which has the kartruta. Okay, in the dhatu. Dhatupatta kriye means basically vyapara. Okay, that vyapara in what is it indicated? With the kartru. Kartruta ishyate. So where the karta's intention is, that is the that is how it is shown, the karta. So we can again say this as pradhana dhatupatta vyaparashrayah karta. Okay, so independently, pradhana means swatantra. So swatantrena, whatever the dhatu vyapara is, that which can be performed or where it is being performed, the vyapara of the dhatu, where it is being performed, that is called karta. Okay, dhatupatta vyaparashrayah means that vyapara where it is located, that is the karta. This is stated by Bhartrihari in Vakyapadiyam. Anantaram. So that is about karta. Now let us look at the sentences here. We shall continue this in the next class because we crossed 9:13. And yeah, we'll continue this in the next class. So any questions so far? Whatever questions you have, we'll definitely cover them in the next class because this is a continuation. We just stopped in the middle of the kartru karakam. Yes.
Hari Kshamyatam. It's Bhashyakarta has told it as Pradhanam here. Swatantram means freedom in Telugu. As we understand it, that is what we have been.
That meaning is also there. This meaning is.
Okay. How do etla anvayan cheskoli? How do we connect it with that?
So asya tantraha swatantraha swadhinaha ane arthamlo vastundi. Swadhinaha swasya tantraha. Tantraha means important one.
Okay, right.
Okay, so that which is important by ourselves, like swasya. What is important to?
Okay, what is important to the karta? What he wants to impart? What he wants? Okay, right. I got.
Swadhinaha. Ante swasya adhinaha. So he can do it all by himself.
Right.
Okay, that which is important and can be done independently without any dependencies, that is swatantraha. So swatantraha karta.
Over a period of time, this depiction has turned into freedom. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, ma'am. Dhanyavadam.
Madam Narayan, I have a question. So the karta need not be in Prathama Vibhakti. It could be any Vibhakti, but however the author want to emphasize. Is it my understanding correct?
So the karta can be in any vibhakti. No, that is not a correct statement. We have only a few vibhaktis in which the kartrupadam can be, which we will be studying later. What I meant to say was which word he wants to make karta is dependent on the speaker. Here sthali, which is normally indicating adhikaranam, is stated as karta.
Okay.
We are not talking about vibhaktis yet. We are only talking about the karakams.
Okay.
Soon, very soon, we will be talking about the vibhaktis of each karakam. But right now, whatever has been covered, the speaker would like to project the sthali as the karta instead of adhikaranam. Normally, in the sthali we cook. So it is adhikaranam. Adhikarana karakam bhavitum arhati. Kintu the speaker is saying that it is karta. Why? He wants to emphasize the fact that that thali is so good. That vessel is so good that the cooking has become so easy, as though it cooked by itself. Sometimes we say that, no? Many times we use such kind of usages in our thing also. When some thing is very good at what it does, and we don't have to put in a lot of effort, then we say that as though it happened automatically, like that.
Okay, got it. I think I got it. So one more question is Swatantriyam Nama Vyapara Ashrayatvam. What is it? Ashrayatvam means
Ashrayam, that locative case, Adharam. So this Vyapara of cooking is happening with the Karta. The Karta is doing. So in him, that Vyapara is based on the Karta. The Adhikarana for the Vyapara is Karta. So Ashrit, Adhikarana, Adhara, all are synonyms here.
No, but I got that. Ashraya, I say they can say Vyapara Ashraya. Why they say Vyapara Ashraya Tvam? That Tvam, is it anything indicate?
Ashrayatvam. Swatantriyam Nama Vyaparashrayatvam. Swatantriyam means Vyaparashrayatvam. To have the quality of being able to support the Vyapara.
Okay. The Tvam indicates the quality. That quality.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So Ramesh Mahodaya.
Yes, ma'am. The word Vyapara is pulling in. Vyapara.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions by anyone?
Just now you quoted something from bhAratIya. That is not given in the book, I suppose.
Yes, it was not given. I just gathered it from somewhere.
Okay. I was searching it in my book, so I didn't find it.
Yeah, sometimes when I find anything interesting and of value, I'll just share. But don't worry too much about it.
No, that's good. But okay.
Dhanyavadaha.
I was just asking if it is not in my own book or something like that.
So,
okay, thank you, ma'am.
Alivelu Bhagini, Shanti Mantra.
Bhagini. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani paschyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवाद भगिनी, नमस्कारः सर्वेभ्यः शुभरात्रि. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः.